Although the second-hand account of the carp incident was fairly simple to solve, others were much more complicated, like the Ummo affair, a case so wrapped in mystery that many still doubt today that it could have been a hoax. One of the most ardent defenders of the Ummo affair is Professor Jean-Pierre Petit, an astrophysicist and research director for the French National Center for Scientific Research, or CNRS. Petit literally shocked his colleagues in 1990 when he announced that some of his work had been inspired by Ummite messages, a collection of typewritten letters that were primarily in Spanish. These letters were accentuated with odd words of so-called alien origin and signed by alleged visitors from the planet Ummo.
What's interesting is what we do with our lives. I may be the only person interested in the subject of UFOs who published scientific articles in high-profile magazines about fluid mechanics, ionized gases, cosmology, and geometry. Through reflection, I was able to produce high-quality material. What's published in UFO magazines nowadays is completely different. And I'm telling you that I was very inspired by the Ummo letters.
Jean-Paul Lyon, a computer scientist who is also interested in the Ummo documents, agreed that they contained information of alien origin. In studying the Ummite letters and the glossary of alien terms used in the documents, Jean-Paul Lyon concluded that they could not be a hoax. In his book, Ummo, True Extraterrestrials, Paul Lyon explains how he came to this conclusion.
When I began working with these letters, I didn't know the theories surrounding them. All I had to go on was the information transcribed by Jean-Pierre Petit, and I wanted to find out more for myself, so I dug into the original source documents. These letters are difficult to read, and important information is never stated directly. It's only found by cross-referencing several of the documents. That means you need to spend a lot of time working with the documents, going through each one carefully and comparing them to each other.
These documents were disturbing to everyone, from UFO groups to the French National Space Research Center. No one wanted to admit that they supported this material, and that surprised me. Why was it so disturbing? Because people don't like to be led down unknown paths. Ummite material was not designed for scientists or UFO researchers. It's targeted towards highly intellectual people. I have friends who are mathematicians, and when they glanced at the material, they found it interesting and highly intellectual. Just look at the work done by Paul Lyon, which was not done for amateurs. It was very highbrow. It required thousands of hours of work, so you can't make a judgment on his work based on a cursory glance of it, especially if you don't have the required qualifications.